What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Jae Lee Show. Today, we're on the west side, baby. West Village. I think this is West Village. I'm here to meet with Vivian Chen. She's a lawyer. She represents a lot of small business owners in restaurants and bars, cafes, dessert shops. She has clients from fine dining, Michelin-starred caliber to hole-in-the-wall restaurants. She's the hospitality attorney. She's the people's champ, I want to say. She represented me for many of my leases and agreements, stuff like that. Handbooks, she does it all. Really interesting. So her story is she became a partner of a hospitality group. So she's not just a lawyer anymore. She's a partner in a hospitality group. And under that hospitality group, the group is called Chinatown Hospitality. It manages and owns multiple Nom Wah locations. Cha Cha Tang, which is where we're seeing her today. And they're expanding the CPG market, consumer packaged goods with their dumplings, opening more Nom Wah locations in airports. Really interesting. So now the hospitality group has an ace in their sleeve. It's a rare structure, honestly. I don't think there's a lot of attorneys who are partners in hospitality groups. But because Vivian Chen is part of the hospitality, now they're focused on expanding because she can handle all of the negotiation to the paperwork to closing deals. That's what she's good at. So I can't wait to sit down with her. I haven't sat and talked to her over some bites or over a drink in a long time. She's a great person, friend, my attorney, and I can't wait. I'm really curious to know how her life has changed. Her day-to-day has changed from just representing chefs and creatives in the hospitality industry to now operating and overseeing her own company. Really interesting. So I'm very curious. I can't wait for you to hear. And fair warning, you're gonna hear some ambulance sounds, the honking, the noise of New York City. You get the true New York City experience in this podcast. All right, so tune in, guys. All right, Vivian, we've never sat down like this in your restaurant. Well,
yeah, we sat down a lot.
Yeah, discussing business, but this time I'm actually asking you a lot of questions.
Thanks,
right?
It's exciting.
So tell us where we are.
So we're at Cha Cha Tang in the West Village. This is a spin-off of Cha Cha Tang's in Hong Kong. We kind of have a New York twist, and we're starting brunch soon. It's traditionally actually like a breakfast kind of destination. But for the New York audience, we leveled it up a little with beautiful wine list and fun foods. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, it's my first time coming here and it's really beautiful inside. And I'm actually staying for dinner today as well, which is really exciting.
I'm excited for you to try.
You're a hospitality attorney.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious. Now you're a partner at a hospitality group. You formed your own hospitality group and now you're expanding, opening many locations. So where did your journey begin as a hospitality attorney?
So funny. So actually, I'm a hospitality kid. So my grandparents on my dad's side opened a liquor store in LA, South Central, and some cafeterias. And then my grandmother on my mom's side, she actually had a small fish fry in Harlem.
Oh, really?
And she would, make pancakes and give them out for free with 5-cent coffee.
Oh my God.
And so actually my grandparents and my parents were always like, you better study hard or you're going to end up in the restaurant like your, grandparents. So it's kind of a full circle moment. So I went to law school. I did the whole corporate law thing. I worked in-house at American Express. And then I helped a friend who started a food festival company called Lucky Rice. And Danielle Chang also created a TV show. So that was my re-entry into hospitality.
Wow.
And then fast forward to the pandemic. And of course, we weren't having food festivals. And so we had about 60 participants active participants every year from chefs and restaurants in 5 different cities. And then I just kind of volunteered my services to help with lease renewals. During that time, a lot of people didn't know how to navigate PPP and RRF. So that's kind of how I re-entered officially becoming like a lawyer for restaurants and chefs like yourself.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So you were at a bank, you said?
I was at Clifford Chance. It was like a big multinational law firm in Midtown.
But wait, hold on. But did you not like doing that? And like,
I wasn't there enough to not love it.
Yeah.
It was like the first 3 years. So, there was a lot of late nights, but that's actually how I got introduced into fine dining because we got to use the corporate account, especially during summers, and they would take us to the most delicious, amazing restaurants. And I fell in love. And to this day, I credit that experience for my real like entry into like fine dining.
Okay, so besides Lucky Rice, when you were helping small business owners, small restaurant chefs, who was your first client?
Chef Doran Wong.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he was my first client outside of Danielle. He was working for Yunnan Kitchen at the time. He was setting it up.
Yunnan Kitchen.
Yeah, so Erica Chow was also one of my first clients. That I represented them as a group when they opened Yunnan Kitchen in the East Village.
So the law you practiced kind of like transitioned naturally into hospitality law, or did you have to like study different?
Yeah, I had to study. I learned on the job. Some of it with you as well. But there is no real like hospitality law practice at most law firms. It's just too small and the client base is just not built for it. And as you know, there's not a lot of chefs who have access to a lawyer on demand. And a good quality lawyer at that. Usually your exposure is around your lease. So you'll hire a lawyer for your lease, which is a very big component of any business, especially in New York. And then liquor licenses. But outside of that, even for ADA cases, a lot of my clients didn't feel comfortable going to a lawyer. They didn't even know how to navigate that. So I felt like I was well positioned to be that niche. And chefs need representation. They actually are very underrepresented and sometimes taken advantage of by corporations, by other owners and partners who are more savvy in business. So it's been actually a wonderful pleasure to do this kind of representation.
And now you've transitioned into like owning and operating restaurants.
It was a very natural transition. Because of my background, I was able to advise on a lot of issues. And then I honestly didn't want to get involved with a lot of litigation, but I ended up getting involved in litigation. And the amount of hours that it takes to get through a lawsuit is just substantially more than a contract review even like a small employment dispute. So I transferred some of my legal bills into equity into, for example, Cha Cha Tang. And I've learned a lot, and it takes a really good partnership. So Chef Doran Wong is my partner, my first client in hospitality, and Wilson Tang of Nom Wah, and Ziyu Lai, who is a lot of the operations for the Nom Wah group, is now what is Chinatown Hospitality Group.
Oh, wow. Okay. So are you still practicing law and representing other chefs? You can handle all of that all together?
I mean, unfortunately, if I was able to build my practice, I would be able to have everyone at the same time. But I represented over, 70 chefs and restaurants in the city, not just in New York, but also California. I have chefs who open things in Seoul, for instance, like Stick With Me Sweets has a location in Seoul. I represent Chung Shik, who also has a restaurant in Seoul. So cross-border as well.
Wow.
But
Okay.
I only take about 5 clients, active clients at a time, because I would not be able to service those 5 clients to the best of my ability, given the hours in the day.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
A little controversial stuff. What's like a law that you despise that hurts small business owners that's like rigged against them?
Good question. Undocumented employees is a big issue that nobody talks about. And I actually went viral because I did a post on ICE raids.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of nuances around this. There are undocumented employees in a lot of restaurants. I'm not going to out it, but I'll say confidently 90% is maybe a conservative number.
Yeah.
Not just in New York, but just across the nation.
Yeah.
So there's this program that the government has called E-Verify. However, it's not mandatory to go through E-Verify. You can still get paper documentation, and you don't have to verify it because of the fact that there are so many undocumented.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. It is not the employer's job to verify whether the papers that an employee provides is legal or not legal. That's not our job to verify it.
Yeah.
As long as we scan those documents and we get their social security number and their ID, and we just write it down, and that's it.
Yes. Unless it's blatantly a forgery, like they give you some document in crayon.
Yeah.
Then you have to use, rational business judgment.
Yeah.
But aside from that, this is a policy that came out of the fact that there were so many people who couldn't comply with the verifying.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is just one of many different issues that is really hard as somebody who wants to support, some of these people become part of your family.
Yeah.
Working in the kitchen 30 years.
Yeah.
An ICE raid could make them disappear in 1 second.
Yeah.
So the post that I made actually went viral because people wanted to know how to protect their employees.
Yeah.
And what their rights were in terms of what they did or did not have to provide to potential ICE raids.
Yeah.
So I found that to be just so telling about what is wrong with the industry and what needs to be changed, but it's just really impossible given our immigration laws.
Yeah. What about, this is a common one, website ADA lawsuits?
Oh my goodness. That's also a big, and I mean not just website ADA lawsuits, but ADA lawsuits in general. Those are killer because this comes under state law. It's a federal law that says you can't discriminate against anyone with a disability.
Yeah.
But the actual enforcement of it is case by case, and the individual has to sue the restaurant usually for whatever the violation might be. So usually it's, hey, there's not enough room for my wheelchair.
Yeah.
Or in New York, there's a lot of walk-ups and there's a lot of stairs that go into the entrances.
Yeah.
If you don't have a handicap accessible ramp, and there's certain elevations that are legal. Yeah. You can't just put
I believe for every inch, you need one feet of ramp.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I remember reading.
And it can cost thousands of dollars to create a ramp. You also have to have a special bell. You are allowed to do entrances on the side, in the back, but what restaurant in New York can accommodate all of that?
Yeah.
There are certain restaurants that are grandfathered in, meaning if they were there for more than, let's say 20 years, 30 years, and they were operating with no ramp, there are a lot of nuances, but that's a killer for a lot of businesses. They sometimes get sued for $50,000.
Yeah.
And that could shut down a restaurant.
Yeah. What's the craziest lawsuit that you've heard of or been part of? But I mean, obviously, don't talk. You don't feel like you have to speak about it. But
confidential.
Yeah, it's confidential. But
something that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, I have this one client who a customer came in with a really fancy designer bag. The waiter apparently accidentally spilled some water on the bag when pouring the water. That person demanded full refund of the entire cost of this luxury bag.
Oh my God.
$5,000 bag. And we're not going to do that. You know, like there is a certain amount of, I'm sorry, we'll try to pay for your cleaning, and it's a mistake. But I think those kind of suits are just kind of ridiculous. Like, you know, be a little mindful of the fact that that could be somebody's entire month's paycheck. So that's one example. Is that good enough? I don't know. I have so many, but I'm blanking.
No, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Moving on to like how you are moving as a hospitality attorney and as a partner of a hospitality group. Like, what's your day-to-day like, and like what changed?
I think one thing that's really fun and exciting is being on the other side of it. But, you know, Wilson actually jokes, he's like, you should pay me for tuition because I'm learning so much. It is not easy. I often think about it. And when I get new clients who are starting restaurants, I'm like, are you sure you want to do this? I think it's a lot of work. It's a lot of money and not a lot of return, honestly. There's so many things behind the scenes. Like, I didn't realize how much PR costs, but how important it is, especially for new restaurants, to invest in that. So when working with budgets now, which I never really had to as a lawyer, I always look to make sure that that's part of an operating budget, because I think it's so important. Another thing is, I guess, the ins and outs of the employment side, the human aspect that as a lawyer, you don't really have to deal with. But that side of it has really kind of helped me, I think, to be a better lawyer, to understand the nuances of how like employment laws do affect employees and employers, you know, like from minimum wage to tip, you know, how do you allocate tip? I mean, we had a really interesting client who serves at a counter, like a sushi chef. But there is a rule under employment law that sushi chefs can be tipped. So learning and navigating those things can only happen with experience on that side of it.
And every state has different tip laws, right?
Every state has different tip laws, but well, I mean, they're for the most part they're like, pretty consistent.
From what I read, for example, in Miami, they won't charge like tips or gratuity on a bill. They'll just charge a service charge. Because it's a service charge labeled as service charge, the restaurant can then allocate that however they like. So they'll pay a percentage to the general manager and to the kitchen. So it's kind of like fairly distributed in their mind. So that's...
I heard post-COVID, there was a lot. And there was also like hospitality included, which was a big thing about, I want to say like 10 years ago, started by like Danny Meyer. So I think that was part of that model as well, similar to what you're saying. But I didn't know that about Florida. I'll look into it.
So is that interesting?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Like a lot of restaurants that do like catering or like large buyouts, they'll just charge a service charge on the entire bill, and they'll take that and just pay out their staff, whether it's front or back. It's like,
I think that's pretty fair.
That sounds fair. It's like a way around it.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right, so the food just came out.
Okay.
I wanna capture some quick footage of the food. This is scallion pancake?
Yes, this is one of our signature items. I love it. It's fluffy on the inside, crispy on the outside. Again, because we are like a Chinese American restaurant, this is just one of our signature items. And we also have some of our egg rolls.
Egg rolls, okay. And then, if you don't mind opening that.
Oh, yes. So we have our shumai.
Shrimp and pork, I'm assuming?
Yes, and this is my favorite, the shrimp dumplings with our house-made chili oil. So,
shrimp dumplings, aren't these called hagao?
Yes, very good, chef.
not hargao, hagao.
Yes. But take a taste. I know you're having dinner here, so just a taste.
Let's try a little bit.
And Wilson is known for his dumplings. So these are his dumplings. And all of our menu is Chef Doran and Wilson, kind of like just some of their favorite takes on Cha Cha Tang and Chinese American cuisine.
I love the chairs. It reminds me of like a Chinese dining establishment.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the interior, you look at the beverage menu, it just feels more elevated. You know, not saying Asian food isn't elevated, but it's like blending two kind of like dining styles together, right?
I'm glad you picked up on that.
Yeah.
We really are trying to make it also like a date night place, but also family friendly. Like we're starting brunch on April 25th. So we have like so many kids running around and.
So opening Cha Cha Tang, how long has this been open?
We're in our third year.
Third year?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, we started as a 2-week pop-up.
Goodness, yeah.
And we started Mother's Day and we were supposed to end on Father's Day. And then it was just such a success that we decided, okay, let's just continue this. And then we ended up taking over the restaurant 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're here now. So we could close any day, right? We're technically a pop-up, but it's really been so fun to like see and be part of the West Village.
What's the biggest challenge after opening this?
I think keeping up the interest. As you know, as an operator in New York, there's a new restaurant opening every week.
Yeah.
And we're so close to Chinatown. I think competing with our neighbors is also hard because there's so much excellent Chinese food. Just, you know, don't throw those away. I think our menu updates kind of help alleviate that. And we do have like a really nice restaurant following, like neighborhood following.
Yeah.
But would love more people to come try.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a lot of unique takes on some classics. Like Dua Lipa loves our XO fried rice. And we have the best Cantonese roast duck in the city.
Oh, wow.
According to New York Post.
All right.
Hopefully people will come back.
Yeah.
But it's been hard to keep the New Yorkers' attention as like a everyday kind of restaurant. I feel like it's more of like an occasion. And I would love for it to be something that people can come and just have like a quick snack.
Right. Yeah. What's your advice then to young entrepreneurs or first-time entrepreneurs that want to get into the restaurant business, opening their own small restaurant? Because we have 2 points of view, 2 perspectives. One as a lawyer and one as someone that's actually opened and operating restaurants now. So if you can give 3 the best advice that they have to hear, what would those be?
Pick the right partners. I think that's number 1, always. Make sure you have a good lease because that is, as you know, the biggest liability or positive in your business when you're starting out. And I guess the third point would be related to points 1 and 2. Make sure your paperwork is in order. I mean, from a legal perspective, if you have partners, you need to have paperwork. If you have employees, you need to have paperwork. You know, I mean, if you don't have a good baseline to protect yourself, your restaurant and your concept, even your recipes, your brand, they can be all taken away from you.
All right. So partners and paperwork for partnerships, what are those paperwork?
So for an LLC, which most restaurants seem to be because it's a limited liability company. So I guess structure is also really important to understand. And I think understanding is part of like my shtick with all of my clients.
Yeah.
I want it to be a process where we go through every line and we understand what you're signing. So from endorsement deals and cookbook deals to partnership agreements, which could be just an operating agreement, stating out the terms of, hey, what happens if we lose money? And what happens if we have a lawsuit? Like when shit hits the fan, excuse my language, that's when you need these documents to be very clear to outline what the necessary steps are to make it so that you are protected. And without an agreement, it's like the wild, wild west. And that could be your end. One partnership dispute could be the end of your restaurant. And that's really scary.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any partners, but I think the next step would, if I want to continue to grow, I'm one person. I'm going to have to have partners if I want to open up more locations.
Absolutely.
So would you advise first-time restaurant owners to not partner up? Try yourself. If you have to, then make sure It's an order.
I mean, if they can,
Yeah.
that would be a dream. So
Yeah.
your situation is great because you have flexibility in making new rules and
Yeah.
creating new processes. But the reality is a lot of people who want to form their own restaurant, they need a lot of funding and
Yeah.
they need help. And partners can be great if you partner with the right people, like an operating partner versus, you know, a chef.
Yeah.
Like you can be a great genius chef.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're a great genius operator.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
vice
for sure.
versa,
Yeah,
right?
for
You can
sure.
have the best front of house, perfect management team, great servers. But if your menu isn't there, you know, that's the right balance.
Yeah.
So having partners is important. And rewarding your partners with equity, if you are an owner, is also, I think, something that is kind of like the next level of growth in like what is just one restaurant to what becomes a major corporation with several units. One thing about Chinatown Hospitality that's been fun is navigating that transition. So Nom Wah is now opening. We opened in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We're opening in JFK Terminal 5.
Yeah, I saw the
Oh, you
poster.
saw it?
Yeah, when I was at JFK.
Oh, so exciting. We're actually going to Ann Arbor tomorrow to scope out a space near the University of Michigan. We're partnering with possibly the Joe's Pizza partners. So, you know, these opportunities are really exciting to navigate. When you meet new partners and especially operators in a different jurisdiction, it takes a lot of trust.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're dating. You're like interviewing them to
Yeah.
see how their stores are operating on the ground and how happy their back of house and front of house is. Because ultimately, it's your brand that is being represented.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to hear about your Boston location, how that's going.
Yeah, I mean, it's my first one. And, you know, for the viewers watching, Vivian helped me with that, coming up with that agreement. So it's my first one, right? So it's a learning curve for me because I'm usually very hands-on in my businesses.
Yeah.
But if I'm licensing the brand, you know, it's kind of hands-off. It's
Yeah.
kind of like laissez-faire, right? You give them the playbook, you train the management. Now it's go ahead, you got it. So it's been a different experience, but not a bad one.
Yeah.
Different and learning. And my cousin asked me, who just joined on as my director of ops, he's like, maybe we can just, since we love operating ourselves, it's like maybe we can just focus on just open up everything ourselves. My answer to him was, why not do both?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be just one way? Why can't we expand both ways? Because Vegas could be a very real thing for me next.
Awesome. I hope so.
And and Miami. So when that happens, I can't operate that.
Yeah.
I can't go there. It needs to be at arm's length reach, basically. So we're turning 1 year this week. Tomorrow, actually. Boston's been 1 year, yeah.
Congratulations.
Which is crazy. And you know, it flew by. And I learned a lot about the market.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Oh, interesting.
The same concept cannot be exactly the same in different states, different cities. You kind of have to, without changing the core identity of who you are, you still have to adapt to the neighborhood. So for example, Seaport, Boston, a lot of families, we're open lunch and dinner every day. So we have to have like lunch sets, right? It's like, lunch sets and more options, vegan, vegetarian options. Like we have bibimbap, Pulso bibimbap there, you know, things like that. Just to please the crowd.
Yeah.
Different from East Village. East Village is like young, you know, energetic, coming in to drink and grab a bite, that kind of thing. So very different.
I love that. Yeah, actually, we also have been, interestingly, you need to be flexible with your menu. So in Las Vegas, we're actually in a casino at the JW Marriott. Dumplings are like fortune kind of good foods. Yeah. And there's a lot of Asian clientele that want more Asian things. So we added like chicken feet to the menu.
Yeah. You got to go traditional.
Spare ribs,
Because
where we don't have that here.
Because Asian people love to gamble.
Yeah.
A lot of Chinese people.
Yeah.
They love to gamble.
Yeah.
You got to make the menu for them.
Exactly. Yeah. That's been fun. And same with Ann Arbor. I think the student population will want maybe different fried ice options. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the genius of like our culinary, like Doran. But seeing that will be fun, I think. And also maybe what the airport wants will be different. So I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Maybe you can come to the airport too.
Yeah. Every place, as long as there's a need, right? You can't just force your way into every market. Sometimes you're just not going to, well, most times you're not going to fit.
Yeah.
So when you have a concept that could work in one market, maybe you fit like 80%.
Yeah.
Then you have 20% room to kind of like mold and shapeshift a little bit and to make it work. So yeah, that sounds great.
I mean, I think another thing that's been really fun and interesting is we started a factory that actually every one of our licensees has to buy our specific proprietary dumplings. Yeah. So having like a food services contract in addition to, you know, the license fees, definitely, I think, increases the motivation of our group to continue to expand, because the better the restaurant does, the more revenues.
Yeah, but you know what? Even from an operator perspective, when you license that out, for them it's less stuff to worry about.
Yeah.
Like prep cooks, prep, inventory, all that stuff is the biggest headache.
Yes.
Like, I think most people forget when you see food come to a table, they're like, oh, it's easy to make food. No, it is not easy to make food. The amount of labor that goes in. And if you're oftentimes like you don't even get to see, I think people don't understand the manpower that it takes to make dumplings.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
It's a win-win situation for me. So for example, I'm turning Bushwick into our commissary kitchen.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a bulk of the prep there, so I can send it to East Village, because we have a lot of like storage, troubles too, because it's a small restaurant.
Every restaurateur that I represent have storage issues. Yeah.
So I'm focused on that. Then once commissary solidifies, then I think opening the next restaurant after that will be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because not only will we have the infrastructure with the commissary kitchen built, there's a lot of restaurant spaces I saw. I must have seen like over 100 in the past like 2-3 years, right?
In New York.
Yeah, in New York.
Wow.
And a lot of them, beautiful dining room, amazing bar, good location, storage issues.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can you operate a restaurant with no storage? Yeah. So that's like
tough. Yeah, for frozen as well.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're fighting with one fridge and one frozen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really hard. And you're a chef, so that must drive you crazy.
Yeah. So what's next other than you mentioned you're visiting Ann Arbor tomorrow. So what's next? What's the brand that's really growing right now for you?
So we're focused on Nom Wah and growing that. If anyone in private equity is interested, call me. But we also expanded our CPG into markets. So we just started selling at Fairway Market on the Upper West Side, which is a New York institution, and that's where Rayo's, I think, was launched. So it would be wonderful to also focus on that growth. Going to the CPG route is also part of the growth and expansion plans. So we're looking for warehouse spaces as well to build another larger facility. So that's fun. After Ann Arbor, we're flying straight to Vegas. We have our official opening, Tacos 1987 and All-In Burger, and a bunch of the other concepts that are neighbors of ours is all open now. So we're doing like a grand opening. Actually this Saturday. So that's exciting.
Wow, so you're traveling a lot.
Yeah, traveling a lot. I mean, we got to put in the work.
Yeah.
But all of that is really rewarding right now.
Yeah. I was talking to Rebecca on my way here, and I said, like, what would you want to know? Like, if you were a viewer. And she said, well, I really want to know how she's doing this as a mom. You have two kids, right?
Question. Yeah, I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
They're teenagers.
Yeah.
So I will say their age is to my benefit right now.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of at a stage where they don't need mom and dad as much. So that's really given me the flexibility to be able to balance, if you call it a balance, because I do feel like, especially in hospitality, you're out at night a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the beginning when I was actively searching for good clients, I would have to go to their restaurants, and I would often pick clients based on the caliber of their menu, because I'd be like, I want to represent this chef. This sauce is incredible. Actually, that's how I represented Chef Sungchul, because he made this cashew gochujang that was part of his bibimbap at Kochi, and I was obsessed. Like, it was one of the best bites I've ever had, and to this day, I'm like, whatever you need, chef, give me a call. So he's one of my anchor clients. Yeah, to go back to the balance part, I'm still working on it. Tell Rebecca it's not easy. I'm trying to, now that I have more of a regular schedule and focus, keep weekends for my family. You know, that's when, like, I always try to do like Sunday dinner. Keeping up with my kids' schedule is also a lot of work at this stage. But I do miss the younger times where they are so dependent on you, and you know, you can barely get a shower in sometimes. I'm not there, but you know, it's just finding a balance and talking to my kids about it and having a supportive husband, to be honest.
So that's going to be my next question. How do you keep the romance alive with your husband? Running businesses, meeting clients, nightlife, I mean, you know, hospitality, 2 kids, teenagers, their crazy schedule.
Well, he has to show up where I am. So he's a VVIP at Cha Cha Tang, let me be honest.
Oh, really?
Like, he comes all the time, and I'm so grateful for it. He will throw his company parties here.
Oh, okay.
But we have to also carve out time for each other. So he's really busy, but he's also an introvert. He doesn't really like to come out and schmooze, whereas I'm an extrovert, and that I love that. That's why I do what I do. So finding a balance and like making time for each other, I mean, could be better. But you know, it's working. Still.
It's I mean, it's difficult for me. And
I'm like, how do you do it?
No, I'm figuring it out. You know, my daughter's 15 months old now, and I guess this is how I'm figuring it out. I'm like, for example, I'm catching up with you, but also
date night,
making content, right? So people can learn more about you, but also what you're doing with the hospitality group. And then I eat right after with my wife, and it's like a date night. So killing a few birds with one stone. I'm trying to figure it out. It's tough.
That's awesome.
And you know, like on date nights, like with my wife, we always end up talking about our daughter.
Oh, I love.
But I mean, that's beautiful. But I think I almost want to tell her, like, no daughter
no baby talk. Okay.
No work talk, no baby talk. It's just me and you.
Oh,
you know, that's something like that. We're trying. It's not easy to do. We fail all the time.
Well, you recently went on a vacation, right?
Oh, did we? We went. Where did we go? Where did we go?
I feel like it was somewhere tropical. It looked really nice.
Oh
and
yeah,
I was like, that's
yeah.
so nice.
Yeah, to celebrate. She's not gonna remember it, but to celebrate Mila's 1-year birthday, we went to Cancun.
That was fun.
We spent time. Mila swam in the little kiddie pool, and
cute.
Yeah.
It
was really nice.
I love that. You got to keep it interesting.
Yeah. But Vivian, thank you very much.
Thank you. This is so nice.
I want to take some bites and capture us eating together.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Shrimp dumpling with their chili sauce.
My son can eat 4 orders on his own.
Oh, very good. The chili oil is very savory. Has some heat, but also savory. I'm gonna eat this. Egg roll.
This is so good with like a martini. Like, you can come to our restaurant, have a drink, have a couple snacks, $20. And it's like good after work kind of place.
The filling is like, it's like creamy almost too.
And that's vegetarian.
You know what I like about being out here? All the different characters. You're like people watching, ambulance going by. It's part of the New York experience. It's part of the Cha Cha Tang experience, right?
Yeah, and we have a beautiful private dining room.
Oh yeah, we gotta show that too.
Yeah, and I've hosted all my friends' 50th birthday parties. I just gave away my age group. But, you know, if you want to have a really nice party, you can rent the whole space or do something either in the mezz or in the private dining. So please come.
All right, guys, look at this. This is their shrimp dumpling. No, this shrimp shumai.
With
shrimp
pork.
and pork.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
I want you to try the duck later with Rebecca.
Do you sell half ducks too? Or is it...
We'll just give you a full duck. Take it home.
Wow. I love this because I can't think of anywhere else in New York City where you could sit on a New York sidewalk, eat dim sum in West Village, and have a view like this in West Village. That's
yes, it's
right?
true. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why this place is so awesome.
So if you love dim sum, or you don't have to be Asian to love dim sum.
Yeah.
You love dim sum, but you also love vibes, right? This is the place to be.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, guys. Say bye to Vivian.
Bye.
If you need a lawyer to represent you, she might be busy, but reach out to her and visit her and her restaurants. We're here at Cha Cha Tang. Peace. Bye.